So far as points go for your meals, first place with 29.11, Beth. Second place with 28.33 is Addison and Daphne. Third place with 27.71 is Cadence. That's for points earned on the meals you've made. Money saved, first place is Sydney. Second place for money saved, Titus. And then third place is Addison and Daphne. All together, first place, 149. That's Sydney's in first so far.
Who's in second?
Second place is Addie and Daphne.
Yeah!
Third place is Titus. Total saved so far, $683.80. Just finished week 5. The first 2 weeks were just normal. They got their money, they picked their meals. Week 3 was a challenge where they didn't get to buy any food. They had to find what was in the pantry and make meals.
It actually wasn't as bad as I thought it might be.
Week 4, we did a normal week again. And week 5, we did another challenge. So this week, all right, watch down or you can't see. We first gave the kids a list of the foods that they had to buy. Like you have to buy a vegetable and a protein and a fat and all of this. And then when they got back, does anybody know what this is? We blindfolded them.
No!
Blindfold.
That's right.
I'm okay with
And so, here's the deal.
What if we
My drink is not going in there.
You each get to choose one of the items that you purchased to keep.
Sorry.
One of the items.
Wait, one item?
And then,
to make this.
Beth, listen, it's not a big deal. This is supposed to be fun. So, no, we told you it was a challenge this week.
No.
We made that very clear.
Yeah, we did.
I'm so happy because I got really simple ingredients.
You will be blindfolded, and you will have to choose one thing from each pile.
Mother, this is not going to work because we will have to make a pile of random stuff and throw it into one thing and
You're
we'll
gonna have to be
eating
creative, and you're
literally
allowed to
about-
use things that are in the house already
Not
to add to
tasty,
it.
Mom, this is my fat thing. I just like it.
Right. I know. Watch out. Pull it down or you can see. So,
Get me in.
They got to choose one of their items to keep, but then they had to choose the other ones from the blindfold list.
Think she has to get?
No.
No, she can feel and choose.
Yes. One. She got it. 2. What's first?
Vegetables first.
For week 5, the whole switching ingredients thing wasn't a huge deal for me because I ended up with a pretty good meal, which was taco bowls. And I also got to keep my dessert, which was the gray stuff, and it was really good.
Really like Beth's meal because she made a tortilla bowl and it had taco stuff in it, and I thought it was really good. She made the gray stuff from Beauty and the Beast. It looks delicious.
Try the gray stuff, it's delicious.
Don't believe me, ask the dishes. If you don't know what I'm talking about, it's when they're singing Be Our Guest and they're like, try the gray stuff, it's delicious. Don't believe me, ask the dishes. And it was good. It was really good. It was Oreos and pudding and stuff. Beth's gray stuff was really delicious too.
I hated Beth's meal because I didn't like the mush. I love the pudding, but I didn't like it with the red velvet. I don't like the red velvet fins.
I didn't really like Beth's that much.
I'm pretty sure I was the only person who didn't grab my own stuff other than Christian.
Yeah.
I feel like we should have took everyone's own ingredients out because it wasn't as fun because people were just yeah, I'll just make the same exact thing that I was going to make.
I was the last person other than Christian because Christian was gone. I had to get a meat, and the last meat was left that was hamburger. And if I got the hamburger, it had to go with the sloppy Joe sauce. So I had to get the buns out of the extra thing. So I couldn't get my Kit Kat ice cream, which made me really sad. But in the end, I was happy because I got a score of 9.4. It's the highest score anyone's got throughout the whole entire thing.
I like Cadence's meal a lot. The sloppy joes were really good, and so was the cheddar milk.
The sloppy joes, that was really good.
I think Cadence didn't use her tomatoes either.
Week 5. At first, I was like not thrilled about the whole switching thing because me and Daphne had been planning for like 3 weeks to use the frozen clams that we caught when we were camping to make more clam chowder. And this was the week I decided to. Luckily for me, nobody wanted the clams, so they were still there.
I love the meal me and Addie made this week. It's just I hated the clam chowder and the orange drink. It's called Orange
Julius.
Julius.
We did kind of make a mess.
They made clam chowder and cheesy potato soup, and it was such a mess. They left clams all over the counter, and it smelled so nasty. It was bad. But their food did taste good.
The fruit processor of the Orange Julius went everywhere. It was a giant mess.
I usually use a blender, but Christian broke the blender, and so I had to use the fruit processor to make Orange Julius, and I had never used it, and no one would like help me. And I accidentally filled it too much, so like the liquid just started pouring, and apparently the thing was backwards. So it was just a disaster, and I had to make it in like 6 different batches, and it turned out okay though. Looking back, like for the challenge, I wish we had just taken everyone's stuff off the table, like when it was their turn to draw, because it would have been more fun. But at the time, I was just like so mad that they didn't tell us ahead of time.
I made cake and tacos. I was planning to make nachos, but the challenge changed that.
Eva stole my taco shells.
Because I went first.
She had tacos and cake, and I don't really like cake. For me, I'd have to vote her the worst just because I don't like cake.
The cake was, it's like, it had a cherry and it was really good. I liked it. Cadence.
I didn't have to cook because there was holidays.
And everybody's pissed off, so what do you have to say to them?
It's not my fault.
Titus once again made nothing.
But it was not his fault.
Nope.
Because once again, his meal day was on not a holiday, but our cousin's birthday party. So he didn't make anything. We all just drank his chocolate milk. I don't know what score you gave him.
I don't know.
We gave him an average of all the other scores.
I'm in 2nd place. I didn't cook last week or the week before, really.
So yeah, I guess Titus was gone. Ow!
Okay, so the last 2 challenges, I've got stuck with like the worst stuff and been almost in first. And Titus doesn't even have to make anything, and he gets like 2nd overall. The system's rigged. I don't like this. That's bull.
So I was 1st for money saved this week and 5th for meal tasting this week. We had to get all certain ingredients, and we all had to put blindfolds on and pick out of those ingredients that everybody bought. So we got mixed up meals. I bought tuna fish salad stuff, and I got tuna fish salad stuff. I bought iced tea, and I kept that. And I bought celery, but I got mixed vegetables instead. People were still a little bit hungry on my day. I just probably need to get another can of tuna.
Christian's meal.
Christian made chicken on top of rice, and he got cinnamon, so he ended up making snickerdoodles.
The Kit Kat ice cream last night was really good, and I like Christian's meal. He made cookies. Good cookies.
Christian did make some really good snickerdoodles.
I like Christian's cookies.
So this week I was 2nd in taste, which I think Mom robbed me on that a little bit because she kind of gave me, well, nothing.
I gave you a 7 still. I took 1 point off.
I'm talking about what you gave me to make food with.
That's what was left for you. It was the blindfold challenge.
Well, I got like the worst, and I got 2nd. So you know what? I'm not mad at that.
But why? What did you not do?
He didn't use his tomato or his lettuce. The lettuce got moldy.
I didn't put a moldy piece of cabbage.
Not that. You didn't use the
and
tomatoes.
some tomato and guacamole together to make something. I don't know. I'm not a wizard. Yeah, I did make very good snickerdoodles. I was impressing myself the whole time. So, you know, I think if we ever are down a baker, like grandma just can't come and help bake something, I can step up for that. So
We've saved $797, so almost $800. It's a lot of money.
Now, I wanted to remove each kid's other items from the piles when they did the blindfolded thing.
They did end up getting a lot of their own stuff.
So
it wasn't as big of a stretch as we thought it might be.
No, but
we actually ate really well, so that.
And they had fun, and some of them wanted to be adventurous, so they tried to get different things. So far as scores go, the winner on week 1, Christian. The second week, Sydney was in first place overall and first place for that week. Week 3, Addie and Cadence were first place. Week 4, Sydney was in first place. So week 5, first place was Sydney. Sydney is in first place for everything when we add the money and the points together. She's also in first place for money saved, but she's in 5th place for meal score. Oh. Titus is in 2nd place for money saved, 2nd place altogether, and last place for meal score. Addison and Daphne are in 3rd place for everything. Beth is in 2nd place for meal score, and Cadence is actually in 1st place for meal score, but they can only earn up to 10 points a week for their meal scores, where they can earn really up to 40 a week for the money they saved. What were your thoughts about this week?
I thought it actually turned out pretty good, and everybody put a lot of effort into it, and there wasn't really any meals that I didn't want to eat.
I know who's gonna win.
Who do you think?
Cadence.
We'll see. She's in 4th right now.
Actually, never mind. If she's in 4th. Oh, Sydney in 1st? Okay, so I think Sydney's gonna.
Who do you think's gonna win the entire challenge at the end?
It could be Cadence, but I want it to be me.
I think Cadence is gonna win because her meals are most delicious.